hey guys, I really sat back and thought, like, how can I really kind of, I guess, create an awareness of what to hedge, how to hedge yourself against kind of falling back into these lower level disciplines or behaviors or thought patterns. Because the truth is this, our life is a sum total of the thoughts that we have. And our life is always moving in the direction of our strongest thoughts. And so as you leave this event, you've got stronger thoughts, bigger thoughts, and your life is going to start moving there. But the reality is, if we're not aware of things that can take us off or pull us back, all of a sudden we'll look up in 90 days and think like, man, I was really hoping to be there, but I'm still right here. And see, oftentimes that's where we could fall into. Maybe you've fallen into that. I know I had before, whether that's a New Year's resolution, or just having these 90-day madman cycles where you're going to go after it, and or annual summit where you're just like, man, I wish it had been more. And then there's also the people that in 90 days, man, their life, their business is completely different. Not just their business, but their life, man. Like they're just more fruit in every area of their life. They started to take this new vision that maybe was given to them at the summit. They started to see themselves different. They started to decide to make different choices and decisions and disciplines. But the reality is this, if you're unaware of the fact that when you step into this new desired outcome you're hoping for, when you're going after that, you've got to be aware that there's always resistance. I love using an analogy because I think it's a great way to paint it. Like LeBron James has 3 people defending him when you watch a basketball game, not because he sucks. They're not like, hey, that guy can't make a shot. He's pretty bad. Let's just stick 3 guys. No, they leave other guys open to get after him because his activity, his calling, his gift set, he has such a high impact on the outcome of that game that they'll leave somebody else in the corner wide open because like Billy can't make a shot. Let him get the ball. Let's attack LeBron. I believe it's the same way for us. This business, this opportunity, there's no question. Nobody's confused. You saw the testimonies. You saw the people walk across stage. Like this is unbelievable. And if you're given something that's unbelievable, there's going to be great resistance. There's going to be great responsibility that's tied to it. He who is given much, much is required. And so as you step in to the next week, 2, 3 weeks, man, it is so important to realize that there is an adversary. Now, I'm not going to preach to you guys, I'm man of faith, so I would say it's like the devil. I believe Satan, like that's real. You might just say it's like the universe or comfortability, whatever you want to call it. But the truth is, this is when resistance starts to come, right? That like the seeds have been planted in your heart. The seeds have been planted in your mind. When is it easier to get it uprooted? Before it has roots, right? Before it actually starts to grow roots, and then you can see evidence, because once it starts to break ground, and evidence is the greatest validation of, oh man, I'm going in the right direction and this can happen. Evidence is the greatest confidence booster, right? Evidence is the greatest like boost of energy and vision, and like that's what helps. But when it hasn't popped out yet and time's still going, the time that elapses is usually filled with doubt and discouragement. Like elapsed time doing the right activity, not seeing progress, is a breeding ground for discouragement. And so what I want to encourage you to do is this: be aware. Like it's not necessarily going to be so easy now that you made these great decisions to go after this next level in your business. Like oftentimes you've probably felt like I felt, and I love in different passages in this book, like Romans is a good one, where it talks about Paul and how he's like, I know what to do what's right, but I do what is wrong. I don't want to do evil. I want to do good, but I do what is evil. Like he's like in this conflict of like, I know, but it's the doing part that is the issue. It's the doing part. And so I want to give you a couple quick pointers on how to hedge against this adversary and it could be like the adversary could be the old you, right? Like the you that was just comfortable with always being like maybe full of more of excuses. Like, man, once I get enough more money, then I'm going to invest in leads. Or once I get to a place of writing enough volume, then I'll recruit. But now you've gone to the event and you've kind of come to these conclusions of, man, I got to take risk. Like, I'm not going to miss the boat here. I'm not gonna in 90 days be like, I wish I would have. Like the cost of that is way too high. Like I'm gonna go attack this thing. And so now maybe you've kind of come to the conclusion of I'm gonna invest $1,000 to $2,000 a week in leads. I'm gonna start DMing people on social media. I'm gonna start talking to people and sharing the opportunity. Maybe you've kind of got this conviction of like, man, like it's my obligation and privilege to share this opportunity. Like I saw an 18-year-old and I saw a 20-year-old and I saw a guy and I saw a girl and I saw a person with this background. I saw this ethnic. I saw these people and they had great success. Man, it's my obligation to go share this opportunity. So maybe you got that, but your old self is like, yeah, like I just don't really feel comfortable just engaging and talking to people about it. So I don't know. Or maybe, you're like, I know for a fact numbers don't lie. I heard that person and that person and this person and that person. They all said they invest $1,500 a week in leads. They did that panel. Mikey did that panel of those young ballers. And like, they all seem to be investing $1,000, $2,000 a week in leads. I'm going to do that. And then you start to go and you're like, week one happens and you invest and it doesn't come back the way you hoped for. And you're like, maybe they all got together in this conspiracy just to mess with us. They're all a bunch of liars. And you start having this doubt come in, like, maybe you should just kind of work the ones that you already got the last week. You've already got a bunch, still there was people that didn't pick up the phone, and maybe they were just like at the grocery store and didn't want to pick up the phone because they were buying milk. Like, and you start telling yourself this narrative, this story, right? This doubt, and or maybe you go out and you have a couple conversations and people kind of reject you and you're like, man, maybe I'm not the leader. But the vision you had there was like, if that person, like I could go out and build a business, man, I could lead people. I could impact people. I could sow into people, man. I could love people. I could value people. I could equip people. I could empower people. I could do that. But then you have a couple different outcomes that don't show that. And you start to think like, man, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm not qualified. And then you start putting people on a pedestal that weren't on a pedestal, and you start deleting different things out of their story to allow them to actually step on a pedestal, and you think that's valid for them to be on it, meaning that they told you that they had no experience, man. They were addicted to drugs, whatever it is, like this crazy story. I mean, you heard them all there, and you're like, oh my God, like if that person can do it, I could do it. Maybe I am qualified. But then now, because you had kind of a bad day or two or whatever took place, you start deleting all those parts out of their story, and you start only leaving the things in that made him seem so impressive. And now you're like, oh, well, that's why I can't do it. No, that's a lie. So maybe the battle is against the old you and this new you that you're stepping into. And be clear, I've got a new you that I'm stepping into. So it's not like just 20 kids. Everybody that's there, you've got a new desire of where you want to go. Like that event created a gap. If you were super content and super happy, I'm not saying don't be content. I think you still be content and still happy. But if you got complacent, if you got comfortable, I believe you've now got a gap that's going to cause you to step out of complacency and get uncomfortable. Because life begins, your next level begins, your higher business, bigger business begins at the end of your comfort zone. So I believe as you stepped out of that event, you've got a vision, and that vision is going to require you to make sacrifices, to take uncomfortable steps of action, to be disciplined, to move in the right direction. And with that said, there's going to be resistance. Okay, so let's all like, all right, we're on the same page. Like, all right, Paul, I got you. All right, bro, I got you. I'm with you. Okay, there'll be resistance. All right, that being said, you've got the roadmap. It's in front of you. That's the beautiful thing. I love what Think and Grow Rich says. They basically, in a nutshell, right? Still read the book. I'm like, well, I'm not like ChatGPT. I can't give you the cliff notes in like 2 seconds, but I can just tell you, basically, it's like you got to get a burning desire, right? This burning desire that, man, I'm going to be successsul. Like this burning desire where it's like, I don't care what the cost is, the price is. Like it's all I could think about. It's what I'm focused on. It's what I'm like. I wake up thinking about it, I go to bed. Like this burning desire that allows you to just run through uncomfortability because it's a burning desire. I think most of the time, most people at that big event, in big events, it's kind of like embers start flying everywhere. What do embers do, man? They hit something, it takes off. Fire happens. I think a lot of you guys got hit with embers. I got hit with embers. I'm like, God, thank you for giving me another renewed vision, like what we could do, where we're going after, the lives that are impacted. How many know that sometimes you just forget what you do matters, right? Like I leave that, like just like what I do matters. Because the adversary will get you to think like what you do doesn't matter. He'll get you thinking like the people you're sown into, the conversations you're having, what you're doing doesn't make a difference. Yes, it does, right? Like it's sometimes a big event or a moment or somebody saying something will make you realize like, man, what I do matters. So you guys got hit with embers, right? You got the burning desire. I think most watching this podcast right now, I think more than ever before, you've got a burning desire to go after that next level, to build your business. Now, when you've got the burning desire, what is most of the time the thing that's missing that keeps you from getting to your desired outcome? Well, Think Rich talks about it being like a definite plan. I mean, he talks about like just meditating and just being so caught up in this desire that eventually that plan will kind of show its face. Guys, you got the plan. That's a beautiful thing. I remember reading that book the first time and I didn't really have the plan. And I'm like, this is great. Like, what is this plan? It's just going to get birthed within. Like you got the plan. At this event, you had the best of the best tell you exactly what they do, how they do it. They broke it all down. You got the blueprint, baby. You got the roadmap. Like, you know what this thing looks like. What does that mean? Well, that means that you got to execute. That means you got to be persistent. That means you got to you got to persevere. That means you got to keep in this mastermind circle of people that are speaking into you, pouring into you, lifting you up, reminding you of who you are, reminding you of why it matters and the purpose that's before you. That's what it matters. That's what it means. All right. So, okay, got it. I got the plan. I got the desire. What's the things that will help keep you moving? Well, a couple things. One, it's making sure that you continue to look at your association circle. Okay. Because if you just go back into the same environments, the same people, the same things that you were already doing before at the same quantity and amount, it's easy to fall back into that lower level you. It's called false position. I call it distorted disposition. I mean, you've got this higher character that you're going after because who knows, and everybody knows, I think that if in order for you to go to a higher level, you got to be a higher level person. Like you got to develop, you got to grow. The same you can't be the same you. Making $100,000 is making $1 million. There's a shift that takes place, right? So when you get around certain people, you'll distort your disposition. Like if you know me as like be clear, everybody has multiple different versions. Like if you ask somebody, a group of people, different people from different ways they know you, whether that's maybe at soccer coach or soccer, or maybe that's at church, or maybe that's at whatever, right? Like the gym, and people said, describe that person, you would get a lot of different versions of you described. Does that make sense? Like everybody sees you differently. You say, I'm the same person. Okay, and you have a different way of seeing you. And sometimes that can change and shift. So when you get around the same people all the time, you got to ask yourself, who's the people that are keeping me down and who are the people that are pushing me up? Spend less time with the people that are pulling you down, because it's easy to drop down to a lower level to behave in a way that aligns with the way that person sees you. And then it's hard to remind yourself of who you are, to see yourself as the way you're called to be, the next level you, and go after it when you continue to drop down. Because as you're in that lower level, you're usually going to behave in such a way that casts lower level votes. And therefore, when you go to try to make it to the next level that requires a higher level you, that one doesn't have enough votes to actually be the person that shows up. So making sure you're surrounding yourself with the right people. How can you get around the right people? Get in the right circles, conference calls, meetings, environments. Man, if you've got an office that's in proximity, get there. Get in the room, get in the building, right? If you don't, get on a Discord room, change, like plug in. You got to stay plugged in, because you got to make sure that discipline stays there long enough before the fruits show up that you don't get discouraged and not persevere and give up. with that new level you. You got to continue to do it nonstop until it shows up. All right. So you got to continue to be reminded and refreshed, get plugged in. Second thing is this, like, make sure you're saying your vocabulary matches where you want it to go. Like, I love the quote. I can't remember who said it, but they said two things. Stop saying stupid stuff and start consuming good stuff. So, like, looking at your consumption, it's kind of like your body. You feel pretty good. It's like, Ashley, my mom, I went to her house and she had these walnuts with like Himalayan salt. Is it Himalayan salt? And she's like, son, I started eating these walnuts with the Himalayan salt. And she's like, I feel like my inflammation's gone down. And she's telling the truth because like she was eating just terrible salt before. And I've been trying to tell her, like, and she just like, she heard it. It's like going to a conference. I'm like a conference for her every time, like health-wise. Like, I'm trying to tell her. And she's like, I feel so much better, my inflammation. Well, that's the same way with our brain. Like, consumption, good consumptions will reduce your brain fog, bad thoughts, clutter, low-level stuff, the enemy's attack, doubt, discouragement, distortion, all those kind of things. Like, the good consumption is so essential. And it's like, what is the good consumption that you're continuing to do? Because you had a couple days of it and you came out feeling like less inflamed, right? Like, you're like, I think I could see it. I could feel it. There's clarity, right? But you got to continue to do it. You got to like, what does your schedule look like? What good are you consuming? What book are you reading? What's your podcast lineup? Thank God this is one of them because you're watching it, right? And I hope this serves you well, provides great value. That's why I do it. It wasn't just because I was like, hey, let me find another hour to block out of my time to do podcasts and Zooms. God knows I've got like 5,000 of those each week. I can't, my eyesight's almost getting bad. I'm like squinting and stuff because I'm staring at the screen all day. But like, I wanted to give you value, right? And so what other ones are you listening to, watching? Who speaks to you the best? What podcasts that you watch, you're like, man, that's so good. Watch more of that. So consume more good stuff and consume less bad stuff. Now, be clear. I like watching Netflix, going series. Like, I'm kind of in this Landman show. I kind of like that right now. I'm not like the guy that's like, you go to my house, sneak in, I'm reading a book from 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock at night. Okay. But I'm also trying to be cognizant of my bad consumption. It's like my kids. Like, we got this coin system. Like, hey, if you want to watch your iPad for 30 minutes, you give a coin. And you only get a couple coins throughout the week. And then if you don't, you get to keep your coins. If you get to keep your coins, you cash them in for cash. And if you want to get another coin, you can read a book. Like, I'm doing this whole good, bad, same thing I do for myself. I make sure it's right. Then what am I saying? Is my vocabulary in alignment with my assignment to get to the next level? Am I saying things that are stupid? Like, these leads ain't any good. Or hopefully they'll pick up. Am I saying things that speak to a lower level me? Am I complaining? Am I blaming? Am I justifying? Am I saying like, man, I ain't any good at this? Man, I'm not good. Man, God, it's just hard to find a good recruit. Man, there's just not many of them out there. Well, congratulations, Tonto. You just forecasted the thing that you don't want to have happen, and then you believe it, and then you're complaining about it when it does happen. Then you're like whining like, I don't get no new good recruits. Where's all the good agents at? It's like, bro, you already forecasted and spoke death in your future, and wonder why you walk around and everything looks barren. You said it. Like, so speaking good stuff, man, like I'm the head, not the tail, above, never beneath, blessed coming in, blessed going out. Man, I attract great people because I'm going after greatness. My burning desire is going to bring more people in that want to go out there and accomplish your dreams and goals. I'm disciplined, focused, motivated, inspired, encouraged. Like, speak good things. I'm a great connector. My communication interrogates reality. It provokes learning. It tackles tough challenges. It enriches relationships. It blesses others. I touch a heart before I ask for a hand. I provide value to people. Like, speaking great things and then entering in with the state of gratitude and appreciation for what's not yet happened, but believing as if and feeling as if it already has. Like, you can't produce lack out of abundance. You can't produce greatness out of scarcity. It doesn't work. You have to call and trigger that emotion before it actually happens. I'm triggering abundance before I actually feel it. How do I do that? I'm grateful for what I do have. So I'm getting my operating system to not be at a low level emotion It's out of a high emotion of gratitude. And then I'm forecasting what I hope for, imagining it as if it's already happened and tying my feeling to as if it already has. So I'm already kind of calling that forward and generating it to me. That's important, guys. You don't wait for the result to show up to get the feeling. I'm calling the result based off the feeling I've got as if it's already happened. I don't know if that makes sense or not. Actually, does it make sense, or am I confusing? Because I kind of confused myself. But like that's what you got to do. That's how you form it. This is how you hedge against the attack of the low level you. Last thing is this: pre-decide. When you feel like not investing in leads, already make up your mind that when that feeling shows up, I don't listen to it. My identity is over my behavior. My identity is a top producer. Therefore, I do top producer things. I invested $1,500 a week in leads. When you don't feel like making the DM or sending a message or having the phone call, no, I'm a top recruiter, build a big business. So when I have that feeling, I'm already pre-deciding without the feeling being there that when the feeling does show up, this is my response. Pre-decisions, man, they're so great. They help so much. And then go take action. Today, what's the next best thing you can do to go to that vision, that glimpse you got at the conference, that next level glimpse, vision of you? What can you do today to go make that glimpse your reality? And so I hope this served you and served you well. Guys, I love you. I'm excited to be partnered with you on your process to success and going after the goals. I believe God's got something so great in store for you. Make sure to like and share and subscribe. Share this with somebody that you believe that it's going to bless them. Sometimes that's a great way to make an impact. I do it every week. I'll share different podcasts and things that speak well to me that I believe will speak well to others. Let this be that for you where you could bless somebody as well. And so guys, let's make it a massive week. Today matters more than you think it does. It's Monday, right after the big summit. What you do right now is important. Go take action. You deserve it. Your family deserves it. Your kids that maybe you don't even have, they deserve it to get the next level version you, the you that you'd be proud of, the you that you want people talking about, the you that if you're at your funeral, you'd want the discussion being talking about who you are and what you do today. I love you guys. Make it a big week, and we'll talk to you soon. God bless you guys.